Hello, this is Bibi Apampa, your wealth and empowerment coach from Wealth Academy Africa. Welcome to our series on financial planning and empowerment. Today we'll be talking about financial planning and empowerment for those who are in their 20s. What do you need to have? What do you need to do to be financially empowered in your 20s? The first thing is for you to start an investment fund. What is an investment fund? An investment fund is like a savings account where you just put in some money on a regular basis. Usually you start saving about 10 to 15% of your pre-tax income. You buy stocks, you buy shares, you buy mutual funds. You learn about money market investments. I don't want this money to be in a savings account where you have easy access to it, because then it's no longer an investment fund. It needs to be a fund that you set aside that you don't touch. What's the second thing you need to do for when you want to be financially empowered in your 20s? Chart your career or business path. What do I mean by this? Be intentional. Have a 10-year life plan. Build on your skill set. Investigate investment and business opportunities. Where do you see yourself 5 years, 10 years from now? Chart that career path so you have something that you are following. What's the third thing you need to have to be financially empowered at 25? Build a rainy day fund. Set aside 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses for emergencies that might just occur. Emergencies might be health, it might be job loss, it could be anything. But I want it to be different from your investment fund. This is what we call a rainy day fund, just in case something happens that we don't plan for. The fourth thing you need to do to be financially empowered in your 20s, avoid debt. Live below your means. Develop good financial habits. Don't buy things on credit. Don't delay payments. If you cannot pay cash for it, please don't put it on a credit card. Try as much as possible to cultivate an habit of buying things for cash and not accrue debt. Finally, there are so many youth empowerment programs. So I would recommend that we financially empowered at 25 as well. Please look at all the youth empowerment programs around. Join, participate, get involved. There are so many things you can do. Thank you for listening. This is Bibi Apampa, your wealth and empowerment coach, coming to you from wealthacademyafrica.com. Hello, this is Bibi Apampa, your wealth and empowerment coach from Wealth Academy Africa. Welcome to our series on financial planning and empowerment. Today, we'll be discussing financial planning and empowerment for those in their 30s. What do you need to know? What do you need to do to be financially empowered in your 30s? The first thing you need to do is to build on your investment fund. As you make more money, spend less. Invest wisely and build up your investment in stocks, in shares, mutual funds, bonds, equities, money market instruments, etc. You need this investment fund because it's going to be the basis of your capital later on in life. Secondly, you need to invest in yourself. What do I mean by investing in yourself? You need to improve your education. You need to refine your skill sets. You need to meet people, get to know what is going on in the market, in the area around you, that might help you to achieve your goals. This is important because in your 30s, that is when you kind of build up for the future. What is it that you want to be in the future? So you need to invest a lot in yourself. Now, the third thing you need to do is to take risk and diversify. It's still okay to make some mistakes in your 30s. Consider what it will take to start your own business, new ventures and opportunities to create multiple income streams. The 30 is an interesting set of year. When you're in your 30s, you're still a risk taker. You can do so many things. So learn to take risk and diversify. The fourth thing you need to be financially empowered in your 30s is to save for your home. Make it a priority goal to become a homeowner. The fifth thing in your 30s, set up a retirement fund. You need to have a retirement fund that will cater for you when as you grow older in life. Write your will. and prepare other legal documents. Now, when we are talking about your will, there's the legal will and there's the digital will. The legal will is the legal document that your lawyer would help you to prepare about how you want your money to be spent, how you want it to be divided or distributed. But the digital will is very important. Why is it important? Many of the things and the assets we own nowadays, they're in digital form. And many of them have passwords, which means there's a need for somebody to know your passwords just in case anything happens to you. You don't want a situation where something happens to you, you have money in your account, even it could actually even be for medical reasons, and people cannot access it because nobody knows your password. So in addition to having your legal will, you need to have a digital will. I usually counsel people that write all these things out and email it to yourself. Then there must be somebody you trust that you can give that particular email address. It could be a new email address, not your normal email address. They can give the password to that email address with the instruction that if anything happens to you, they should go to that email address, be able to get your digital passwords. Finally, in your 30s, you should be insured for life and health. Many people start a family in their 30s, which means that you have other people who are depending on you. It's good to have set up an insurance policy that would cover the people that are close to you, that will cover your spouse, your child, and it will provide for your parents who will maybe rely on you for financial support. These are the 6 main things you need to do to be financially empowered in your 60s. Thank you for listening. This is Bibi Apampa, your wealth and empowerment coach, coming to you from Wealth Academy Africa. For more information, please go to www.wealthacademyafrica.com. Thank you. Hello, this is Bibi Apampa, your wealth and empowerment coach from Wealth Academy Africa. Welcome to our series on financial planning and empowerment. Today, we'll be discussing financial planning and empowerment for those in their 40s. What do you need to know? What do you need to do? What do you need to have to become financially empowered, especially in your 40s? That's what we'll be discussing today. There are basically 2 routes to financial empowerment. The first one is through investment, and the second route is through business. We'll be looking at these 2 even as you are in your 40s. The first thing we've always talked about, even from the time you were in your 20s, we talked about your retirement fund. It's important that apart from your normal monthly contribution to your retirement fund, that you should have something like a voluntary contribution as well when you have some excess cash coming into your hands. Your retirement fund should include stocks, investment in shares, investment in mutual funds, money market instruments, investment in equities of companies. This should be things, and your pension fund, obviously. This should be things that you should invest in on a monthly basis. Secondly, the other form of investment you need to go into is real estate. In your 40s, I will set it as a goal to make sure you have your own home. Your own home first, and then you target other rental property for additional income. You could go into buying virgin land, looking at commercial properties, looking at other forms of real estate that you can develop as an investment. We're talking about investment and business as a route to financial empowerment. The third thing you need to have in being financially empowered in your 40s, your health and life insurance. Protect yourself and your loved ones from challenges during rough times. Many people in their 40s are probably raising their family, and the children are probably young. It's important to put into place insurance that will take care of them and take care of you yourself in case of any health or any form of challenges that might come your way. The next thing you need to have is to invest in business. Remember, we said there are 2 routes to financial empowerment. The first one is investment. The second route is through business. Obviously, if you're in paid employment, It might be difficult for you to start a business on your own by the side. But what you can do is to invest in other businesses or venture or go into crowdfunding. Consider online business, because once you finish work at 5, you probably can maybe start an online business on between 5 and 9. So there are many options. Crowdfunding for businesses that are guaranteed, that are insured, are things you need to look into, because we are thinking of growing multiple streams of income, not just having one set of income, but multiple streams of income. So income from investment and then income from business. The fifth thing you need to do in your 40s, your will. Please, if you don't have your will, do something about it. Contact a lawyer and go about it. Get all the legal documents in place. I mean, you should by now know how you would want your resources to be shared in case anything happens to you. In addition to your legal will, we've always discussed it. Have a digital will. Many of the investments that we hold now, they have legal passwords. You log in with a password, you log in with an email account. So it's important to have a digital will. You don't want a situation where something happens to you and nobody can access what you have, your investment. Nobody even know the investments that you own. You don't want that happening to you. So what I usually counsel people is to set up a new email account and then write out all these your investments that have passwords. Write it out and then email it to that account. There must be somebody you trust that you can say, tell the person that if anything happens to me, please check this email address, check this email account. I have my passwords to all my investments and assets on it. Please don't take this for granted. Set about it today. Set about your legal will and your digital will. Thank you for joining me today. This is Bibi Apampa, your wealth and empowerment coach, coming to you from Wealth Academy Africa. For more information, please visit us at www.wealthacademyafrica.org. Thank you.